I mean, his name is Luka Magic for a reason, and you see that. You see his play on the game. He's a very transcendent player.
Do you realize this, Malika? I played with 15 Hall of Famers. None of them cheated the game where they didn't give forth the effort on both ends of the floor. Again, Luka, this is why Nico and the Dallas Mavericks stopped believing in you.
Gil, what stood out to you the most about Luka's performance?
I'm trying to keep the excitement down.
It's okay.
Luka Dončić has always made an impact in the NBA. From the start, his mix of European skills, confidence, and smart basketball made him stand out. But lately, the conversation around Luka has shifted. It's no longer just about his triple-doubles or jaw-dropping highlights. Now, it's about his legacy, feelings of betrayal, and a trade that took everyone by surprise. After being traded from Dallas to the Lakers, Luka is playing some of his best basketball yet. He's not just excelling in LA, he's changing the game. His every move, whether it's a pass or a three-pointer, feels like a statement. The whole NBA is watching, and reactions are mixed. Some are amazed, some are in disbelief, and others are still questioning if the Mavericks made the right move. On the other hand, there's Anthony Edwards, a rising star known for his energy, confidence, and bold playing style. But behind that boldness, Edwards is also a sharp and thoughtful player. He's been learning a lot by watching someone he calls must-watch film.
Watch how they attack it and watch how they try to manipulate itself, especially Luka. I watch a lot of Luka, seeing how he attacked the double team, even though we play at different paces, but just seeing his strategy to beat the double team, I think that.
This isn't just talk. One of the league's top young guards, a future superstar, is saying he studies Luka like he's watching a basketball master at work. And keep in mind, this comes from a player known for his speed and athleticism. But Luka, he plays at his own pace, slow, controlled, and unpredictable. And that style is so effective that even Anthony Edwards is taking notes. That says a lot. What sets Luka apart isn't just his numbers. It's his ability to control the tempo, make smart decisions, and break down defenses with precision. Edwards doesn't play like Luka, and that's exactly the point. Luka's basketball IQ, timing, and ability to outsmart defenders have turned him into a role model for players who want to improve as both athletes and thinkers. And Edwards isn't alone. More and more young players around the league are talking about Luka's vision, his patience, and how he turns difficult situations into scoring opportunities. It's not just about the stats. It's how he's changing the way the next generation views the game. That's what makes Luka more than just a star. He's a blueprint. He's setting the standard, and even the most explosive young talents in the league are smart enough to study his game. Now let's talk about Mark Cuban, the man who once staked the entire future of the Mavericks on Luka Dončić. When asked about the situation, Cuban didn't try to dodge the question or sugarcoat things. He sounded like a man still trying to make sense of what happened.
Is it hard being in that position to go, this guy, you like the guy, you go, this is a skilled guy, but you have to look at a team's needs? And
yeah, it is, right? Because you develop personal relationships with them. And I love Luka, right? We weren't best buddies, but I would text him all the time and DM him and, try to, I would give him all these motivational quotes, even gave him books to read and stuff to read, and so we had a good relationship, got along great with his dad. I mean, I was just as dumbfounded as everybody else.
Let that sink in. Cuban didn't just say it was tough. He sounded like someone sorting through breakup texts, quotes, books, and DMs. He was deeply affected. This was personal. Hearing him talk now, it's clear it still stings. This wasn't just a business decision. This is the same guy who fought hard to keep Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas. The same guy who celebrated every Luka buzzer beater like a kid on Christmas morning. Now he's on the outside, watching Luka shine with MVP-level performances in Los Angeles. You can hear the regret in his voice, because when an owner starts sending his former superstar motivational quotes, you know he's wishing things had gone differently. And Cuban's not alone in feeling this way. On the Gilbert Arenas show, the conversation took a surprising turn, one that even die-hard Lakers fans didn't expect. Gilbert wasn't asking where Luka ranks among today's players. He was asking something much bigger.
I'm trying to figure out how fast do I put him in my top 5.
What, Laker? Top 5 Laker?
Top
right?
What?
Is that top 5?
All time.
A top 5 Laker?
Or top 5 player?
A top 5 Laker all time?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Luka's only been a Laker for a short time, yet here's Gilbert Arenas, an all-star, a top scorer, and a basketball thinker, already asking if Luka deserves a place among the franchise's greatest players. Gilbert isn't just stirring the pot or seeking attention. He's genuinely impressed. He's watching Luka's performances, his leadership, and his control of the game, and thinking, how is this guy already that good? That level of impact and presence, it's no accident. Luka isn't just racking up stats, he's building a legacy in real time. And if even players like Gilbert are already debating whether Luka belongs in the top 5 Laker greats, it's because Luka isn't just joining Lakers history, he's shaping it. When LeBron James speaks, the basketball world doesn't just listen, they stop and pay attention. LeBron isn't just a legend, he's a living example of greatness. So when he took a moment to reflect on Luka Dončic's journey, it wasn't just respect, it was pure empathy.
I mean, his name is Luka Magic for a reason, and you see that. You see his play on the game. He's a very transcendent player, and if you talk about that moment, you got to think. I can't put myself in his shoes because I've never been traded before, but I can have a sense and be a human being to know you commit to a franchise for 7 years and you feel like, this is the place where I'm gonna be. This is my comfort.
Let that sink in. LeBron is saying he can't even imagine what Luka just went through. That speaks volumes, especially coming from a man who's dealt with every kind of pressure, made tough calls, and carried teams on his back. Even LeBron understands that being traded from the team you helped build, the one you gave everything to, hits on a deeper level. It's not just about basketball, it's about identity, loyalty, and being blindsided by a decision that shakes you to your core. But what Luka has done since, responding with dominance, leadership, and calm under pressure, shows what makes him stand out. That's what makes him great. And when the king, LeBron, tips his crown to you, you know you're on the path to building your own empire. Jim Rome didn't hold back. No softening the blow, no political correctness, just a straightforward take on what could end up being one of the most baffling trades in NBA history.
Number one, you don't trade Hall of Famers. And number two, you don't trade Hall of Famers in their prime who are only going to get better. And you certainly don't trade them and say, well, we did it for the now, only to have the guy that you traded him for not play a single half before he went down again.
But what Luka has done since, responding with dominance, leadership, and calm under pressure, shows what makes him stand out. That's what makes him great. And when the king, LeBron, tips his crown to you, you know you're on the path to building your own empire. Jim Rome didn't hold back. No softening the blow, no political correctness, just a straightforward take on what could end up being one of the most baffling trades in NBA history.
And then you have Luka, which is a generational talent, a guy that he's put up crazy numbers in his first 5.5 years of his career. First All-NBA teams. Yeah. Took the team to the finals with Kyrie and the rest of the guys last year, and then boom.
There it is. No analyst jargon, no corporate spin, just straight talk. The kind of talk fans across the league had when the news first broke. Jim Rome cuts through the noise and says what everyone was thinking. You don't trade a once-in-a-generation superstar for uncertainty, especially when that star is still rising, still reaching new heights. And then to have the win-now replacement get injured before halftime, that's not just a mistake, it's a textbook example of mismanagement. Jim didn't just criticize the move, he called it out, giving voice to the growing sense that Dallas didn't just lose a player, they lost the asterisk player, the kind you can't replace. Pau Gasol isn't someone who hands out compliments easily. As a Hall of Famer, two-time NBA champion, and someone who's experienced greatness firsthand, he knows it when he sees it. So when he speaks about Luka Dončić, it's worth paying attention.
Magni, IWW, where do you rank Luka as a 1v1 player in the league? Luka's one of the best. He's one of the best of all time. He's one of the best of all time.
Gasol isn't exaggerating. Luka isn't just a standout young player, he's already putting together a resume that even legends would envy. First team All-NBA selections nearly every season, video game numbers every night, and deep playoff runs that turn skeptics into believers. When Gasol pauses and says, boom, that's the sound of a career shift, it's clear that the trade, the shock, the moment, it all changed the game. But even with that twist, Gasol's message is clear. Luka isn't going anywhere. He's still the guy, still dominating, still rewriting the record books. For legends like Gasol, the writing's on the wall. We're witnessing greatness unfold right before our eyes. Kyrie Irving, one of the most crafty and skilled players to ever play the game, knows greatness when he sees it. He's battled against the best, hit clutch shots in the finals, and played alongside LeBron. So when Kyrie is asked about Luka Dončic's one-on-one game, he doesn't hesitate.
Stu Lance pointed out that, the Spurs weren't seemingly aware that this was a night Luka wasn't shooting well, or I was thinking, or they are aware, but that's just the power of a player like Luka. This happens with LeBron. We covered Kobe for 10 years. There would be games, or hell, even times post-Achilles with Kobe, where Kobe was, at that point, a shell of himself physically. He would still draw doubles.
It's muscle memory.